Hey, welcome back to the channel, Quick Rips. Today I'll be ripping some Optic football blaster boxes, 2024 version. My pre-orders just came in from Dick's, partial, most of them did, only blasters. My megas came, I think last week, but I only ordered 10, but I did order a ton of blasters. Super excited. A little disappointed they didn't come in sealed cases, but not surprised. They came in quantities of 10, and I ordered these in November, so it's May. 6 months. To me, it was worth it to donate my money to Dick's for 6 months to secure these, because to this day I've never found a Purple Shock blaster in a store. So I've seen a few, not this year, I've yet to see a blaster or a mega in the store. So these are still impossible to get, even though they're overprinting them, which they are. But I love opening them. Definitely my favorite retail product to open. So, not sure I'm going to open on this video. Definitely giving some to my son. And we'll go from there. The goal is to hit a cool short print or downtown. If you're new to the channel, I appreciate you tuning in. Hit that like button. Comments always appreciated. And subscribe if you haven't. It helps me out a lot. I got these at retail price, so this is the first Purple Shock blasters I got at retail, which was $34.99. You get 3 Purple Shocks, 2 hollows, 1 insert per box. That's the format. Joe Milton, Purple Shock, not bad. So yeah, like I said, this is the first retail pricing rip of these I've done. Everything else I basically paid between 54 and 60 something per box. So hopefully I hit something good to make up for the price I had to pay on the other ones. But you know, it's just where I live in North Carolina. At the Targets, there's like lines out the door, so you're not getting anything there. And then at Walmart's, they don't stock consistently, and when they do, if you're not the first or second one there, the shelves are just cleaned off. And even if you are there, there might be 8 guys there and they only load a case. You're splitting. You might get 2 or 3 boxes. So it's really just come to the point where it's not worth it. And then online, the bots get everything. So it's kind of a sucky place right now in the hobby. I'm not gonna lie. All right, so there's an insert. But I love this stuff. It's super fun. So I'm just grateful these came, and grateful I pre-ordered them. Hoping to hit some short prints, Uptowns, Downtowns. Downtowns, I don't know the exact, but usually it's like 1 in 3 cases from last year. It's a better ratio this year because last year they had the Mythicals, the Blazers, and Rookie Kings. This year they only have Sunday Kings, Rookie Kings. So they added the Downtown Duos and Downtown Legends, so hopefully it's like 1 in every 2 cases to hit a downtown. I don't know. We'll see. Love to pull a Josh Allen Uptowns. Be pretty cool. Jane Daniels, obviously, downtown or a dual would be, you know, as good as you're gonna get. You can pull numbered Uptowns in here. A lot of that stuff has been pulled already, but not all of it. So maybe I get really lucky. Ooh, nice. Maybe I get really lucky and pull a numbered Uptown. That would be just amazing, but highly difficult. So I don't anticipate anything like that. Usually 1 autograph per case in the format of these. Mem cards, like 1 in every 5 boxes, 4 or 5 boxes. Usually 2 short prints in a case, which would be a glitter or a fire emoji. Glitters are all rookies. Fire emojis are all the players in the set, and it's a 300 card set. Ooh, Neighbors. That's not bad. So I'm trying to give you a rundown on the product as much as I can if you haven't heard it before. But Uptowns, I've seen anywhere from like 1 to 3 per case. They're definitely short print. They're not as easy to hit as people have put off, but they're definitely not as hard to hit as a downtown. So just sleeving up the QBs and then parallels of the top guys. Is that a rookie? No. Harrison Smith. So I haven't pulled much yet, but we'll see what I can get. All right, 2 boxes in. Not much to show. I'm going to have to clear these cards constantly, so bear with me on that. I'm going to create some piles for the rookies and the base. And my son's created sets, and we put those on eBay. I have my eBay link on my channel if you want to look at some of the stuff I have on eBay, which isn't much right now, but Ray Davis, Shock. Is that worth a sleeve? Sleeve it up. The values of the singles has really dropped. I think the Jane Daniels is hovering around $35 to $40. Or I think $40 to $45, I'm sorry, on the Purple Shock. And that's the best parallel you can pull player-wise. So that's your ceiling. We haven't hit any of the QBs yet. There's really 7 QBs if you include Joe Milton. There's our insert. Jadeveon Clowney, he was just cut by the Panthers, actually. Former #1 pick out of South Carolina. All right. And then you're not guaranteed a certain number of hollow rookies, so pulling a hollow rookie is not guaranteed. The colors look good. So we got Will Reichert is my prediction, but we could have JJ. Yep. I pull him so often that it seems like the ratios on his cards compared to J.J. McCarthy are skewed at least 2 to 1. I believe there's 3 rookies for the Vikings. Dallas Turner, that's on that card too. Color match too. If I was a Vikings fan, I'd be wanting those cards for sure. Jeremiah Trotter. All right, so these boxes so far, pretty rough. Okay, we got a short print fire emoji. All right. I've yet to hit anything good on short prints this year. Last year I was on fire with those. That is not a good one. There's never been a worse time to pull Mark Andrews. Yeah, after what he did in the playoffs, his cards in value and collectability is like close to 0 as possible. But we'll top load that. First hit, I guess, if you want to call it a hit. It's a short print. They kind of ruined all the emoji cards, though. There's too many. You got Rockets, you got Hundreds, you got NFL Shields, you got Fires, you got... gosh, there's too many. There's Flex, Football. There's just too many emojis. Just like they're printing Hobby Blasters and Target Blasters and Walmart, and there's just so many parallels and emojis. It's taking like the kind of the rarity out of some of that stuff. So, you know, I'd love to pull a cool Josh Allen on that card and give it to my son at least. We're not getting a lot of rookies on our hollows, so I'm anticipating we're going to have a nice streak of getting some good rookies on our hollows, because what I've learned, it's just probability, and over time, if you rip enough boxes, you'll hit something. All right, so we're getting some of the mid guys on the Purple Shocks. These are all Purple Shocks from Dick's. They, which I prefer. I don't like the pink cards. I don't like pink football cards to begin with, and then they look too similar to the to the pinks that were the Optic previews. They look identical. The pose of the player's different, but the card's identical. And we got Roman Wilson. There are some cool inserts in here. I've yet to pull any. It looks like a rookie holo, I think. Oh, man. It's so hard to get a rookie holo. You really want to hit when you get one. Yeah, there's some cool inserts. The light it up looks cool. I like the My House. That's not a chain reaction. Do not like that one. If you're into... We got something. That's weird. Is that a mistake? Okay. We got a Downtown Sunday King, something. Please don't be yellow. Ooh, we got a Downtown. Oh, wow. Nice. It's not a rookie, so let's see. Is that Kelsey? Yeah, Kelsey. I don't know how I knew that. Travis Kelsey, Downtown. I'll take that. Nice. Any Downtown is a good Downtown. Sweet. Wow. So we didn't have any good cards, and then bang, we just had a Downtown out of nowhere. That's some wild stuff. Look at that. Travis Kelsey, Downtown. And I when I ripped my Donruss rips, the only two Downtowns I didn't pull was Kelsey. Ooh, look at Caleb. Nice box. And Kelsey and Caleb. And we pulled the Kelsey. So the only one I haven't pulled out of the standard set of 21 is Caleb. Shock. So that's pretty awesome. I don't know how many boxes that was, but we ripped 5. So 5 boxes in, and we hit a Downtown. That's pretty sick. I was gonna stop after a Downtown, but that's just not. Just debating if I should keep going. I'll rip some more. All it takes is one card is the best part of Optic. I like to say it just takes one card. I don't know. Travis Kelsey Downtown's definitely not the tip of the iceberg, but any Downtown's a good one. It's definitely a better one than there's some really bad ones in the set. So I shouldn't say there's bad ones, but there's definitely some less desirable ones. I think the lowest value would be like Dip Butkus and there was another one that's pretty bad value wise. Terry Bradshaw. I think those are the two Downtowns that don't get much respect. I pulled Zach Ertz hollow a billion times. All right, we'll keep going. We'll see what we can do here. Those colors look good. Kate Stover. That one always fools me. That is the lighted up JJ McCarthy back to back. So I actually think these look good. Wish they were hollows, but they're not. But they do look good. All right. No Jane Daniels cards yet. He's obviously the most valuable player in the set. Is that a rookie? Oh my goodness. Polk. You can only pull your case hit short prints in your hollow packs unless you have... No, that's just how it is. Dylan Laub or Brock Bowers or Marshawn Lloyd. Always fools me. Yeah, the hollow packs will have your short prints, autos, your hits, in them. So if you pull an auto in your box or something, or short print, it'll be the second card in your hollow pack. That's what I've seen. All right. Geno Smith. DJ. Jonathan Brooks. So they just announced this guy's out for the year. Jonathan Brooks. So, what a career. He's basically played none. I predict he's just done. I mean, running back, Uptowns. So short-lived. You basically, your runway in the NFL is super short. Not a rookie. Okay. Been hunting the Josh Allen. Malachi Corley. Ooh, that's a good one. Wow. Mahomes. He's, I'll take that. It's the best value-wise you can pull. Patrick Mahomes. Look at that. Mahomes, Kelsey. Downtown Uptowns. Crazy. At $35 a piece plus tax, these are such a great value. That's why you see people scooping them up by the truckloads whenever they see them at the store, and that's why you can't get them. So, and the Pokemon craze, whatever, I don't know what's happening. I don't do Pokemon, but for whatever reason, this year it's been the prismatic stuff has made a frenzy. So there's huge lines of like 15 or 20 degenerate Pokemon people. You can spot them from a mile away. They look a little bit different than normal human. No offense to Pokemon people, but you can kind of spot those guys. And the one restock guy is an older man, and he's really funny. He told me he likes to make them suffer and wait. So he just takes his time, and he does make them suffer. He goes, I don't mind you football card guys or whatever, but the Pokemon people, he just said, are super rude. And basically, I think they researched some of the football stuff, and they cherry picked that as well. So I think that's another reason it's been hard to get product. They're just grabbing it to flip it, which sucks. So, but they'll show up and wait 3 hours. I guess they're just living in their mom's basement or whatever, no jobs, and they'll just sit there, wait in line, bother employees, and they'll just, Michael Penix, and they'll just take all this stuff. So there's nothing left for anyone else, and it's pretty sad if you ask me. But the older guy, he doesn't mind making them suffer, so I can respect that. Still doesn't deter them. It doesn't deter them from waiting. They got nowhere to go, apparently. Anyway, sorry about that. Best Tutties. That didn't age well. All right. So far, very successful little rip here. We got an Uptowns and a Downtown. And it says Uptowns on the card. I don't know why it says that. It's kind of weird. It should say Uptown, but that's how they wrote it. I feel weird saying Uptowns, but that's how the card says. Debating grading some of those. I'm not sure. They look like they're grading pretty well. It's pretty clean. It does have a faint print line, which, from my experience, the print lines don't have a huge effect on the grade. A lot of the Optic does have print lines. So I think it just depends on your grader. Especially on the purple shocks. Last year I got 10 purple shocks with print lines. I'll get PSA 10s. So Jermaine Burton. All right. I don't know much about Jermaine Burton, but good luck getting the ball in that receiver room. Dylan Loud, there he is. He haunts me. You obviously want to see Brock Bowers there. We got to light it up. Will we pull our first Jaden card? Nope. CMC. All right. Still no Jaden Daniels cards, but not complaining. Kyle Pitts, I pulled a ton of his hollows too. Ooh. All right. Devin Leary card. I don't even know if he's on the Ravens. Not sure why they. I don't know. Not sure why they grabbed him. I guess as a backup for Lamar in case he gets injured. I don't know. Brian Thomas? That's not bad. Brian Thomas and Neighbors. Gotta be the two best receivers you can pull. Bowers. Got Lad McConkey, Ricky Pearsall. Some good stuff. We got a hollow, not a rookie. Jalen Hyatt. Penix. Not sure about Michael Penix this year. They got a great running back in Bijan, though. Kyle Pitts has been disappointment. Drake London's pretty good. Elite Neighbors. We're pulling all the Elite Neighbors and BTJs. No Jaden. This is an insert of Mike Evans. That's a rookie. Jalen McMillan. He's pretty underrated, but there's a crowded receiver room, but he's actually pretty good. Devontae Walker. This doesn't belong there. All right. Base stack is getting crazy over there. You can't see it, but all right, let's go. Yeah, Blasters by far the best format for this product. You can't. It's not even arguable. The Megas double the cost basically, less hits per box. So the value packs are junk. The hangers might be worse because they cost $10 more, and you just get you basically just get two inserts, a hollow and a parallel. So those are rough. Blasters are definitely the best format for these. Hobby is just, it's too expensive. It's dropping. JJ, there we go. Yeah, Hobby is $800. You can probably get it for $700 now, but the chance of hitting anything on a Hobby is slim to none. You're gonna get some numbered cards like 9, but you're mostly just gonna get junk vets or rookies you don't want. So that one's tough. H2 boxes are terrible. Choice is horrible. The Blaster's the way to go. There we go, Michael Penix. I do like these My House cards. I always have. Though I don't think this year's the best design. I kind of like them. They kind of look like a case hit-ish type card. I don't know. Ooh, we got a rookie hollow. Give me somebody. Joe Milton. All right. I'm a magnet for this guy's cards. Hopefully he turns out to be something. I do think he's better than Dak Prescott already, which isn't saying much, but I do think he has a lot of potential. He's got a crazy arm. He can throw the ball 70 yards like nothing. But we'll see. We'll see when Dak gets hurt or something, and then he goes in. He's got, all right. So Haven't seen a glitter or an auto or a mem. We haven't seen a mem card, which is kind of shocking. So I did 5. I've already done 10 boxes with no relic cards. But I don't know how they package these things. I don't know if they broke open cases and just threw in 10 and 10 in 2 different boxes, or if they they have racks of these card boxes and just are all random. I have no clue how they did it. All right, so all right, new box. Let's see if we can get a glitter. Case hit, an auto. Ooh, we got a commander, but there's so many commanders, guys. I don't want to be trolled already. Yeah. Get him out of the way. Got Luke McCaffrey, Ben Sinnott, Jazar Newton, and Jaden. I think there's 4, so you got like a 25% chance. Hollow rookie. Man, we're getting crushed on our hollow rookies. We're getting crushed on our hollows. Oof. First Jaden. I don't think I pulled that one before. It's kind of cool play action. I actually don't mind the all white background. Kind of clean looking. Probably doesn't have too much value, but it's the first Jaden Daniels card we've seen. He's the chase player of the set. Khalil Shakir. Text is a little thicker. All right, you can pull numbered mems. Very difficult to do, but you can do it. Well, that's a bad one. Alex Highsmith. I'm not sure why he has one of these, but he does. It's probably the worst one I've seen. I'm sure a Steelers fan might like that, but I'm not. All right, so we got our first mem card. We haven't pulled an auto, and we have not pulled a glitter. That pretty much is your checklist for, and we have not pulled any numbered stuff. That's kind of your checklist for retail as far as like unique things that you can pull. We haven't seen an auto, a glitter. There's different kind of autos you can pull. You can pull these signature series. You can pull the hash marks. I know Cooper Jean is in here and the retail side, popping out a little bit. I don't know if J.J. McCarthy's on retail, if they put too many of his autos in here. Looks like a Panther rookie. Nope, Brendan Rice. My son has someone that likes this guy. Son knows someone that's like prospecting a few of these guys, collecting them. Brock Bowers. We have a Brock Bowers. It's got to be, right? Nope. The Raiders and the Packers look very similar. Best tutties, yikes. Jordan Travis. There was a lot of Jordan Travis collectors out there that got, I guess, burned. He retired at 23 after his huge career. I just can't get my head around retiring after putting in all that work and everything. It's interesting. I don't know the extent of his injury or much about the guy. I know it's USC, but interesting. Maybe he comes from a well-to-do family and has good opportunities. I'm not sure. Baron Murphy. But I was talking to a former NFL running back yesterday. Joe Burrow hollow. It's probably the best one I've pulled. It's really off center, and it takes so much to get into the NFL. It's just kind of wild to me to hang it up like that, but to each their own. We had some big hits. We're getting cooked on all the other stuff, though. We're not. All right. Luckily, we're hitting on the good stuff. The Hollows, 300 card set, so you do the math. All right, that's got to be Brock Bowers. It's got to be. Is it another Packer? Yep. Wow. I need to set that card aside. I'm going to set this aside to see if I can figure out the difference between the Packer color and the... So this is a full box of 10. Did I have any hits out of here? I think I pulled the Mahomes Uptown out of here. I believe so. Worthy. All right. It's one of his better cards. The other stuff all has him in his practice uni or his guardian cap, so take that. If you have to pull a Josh Allen hollow. Caleb. What am I doing? Oops. All right. Best cards for me to pull out of here is my favorite are the duels. Dual Downtowns. Pulled the Mahomes. I pulled the Bo Nix. Love to see a Jaden. A Caleb would be pretty cool since I've yet to pull a Caleb case hit or downtown or anything. I did pull an Uptown of his though. Debo, he's now with got a relic here. He's now with the Commanders. I don't think he's gonna be any good though. He's a troublemaker. Ooh, little Marv. That's not bad. Better than Highsmith, and then Bucky Irving. It was probably the top back of the draft last year. All right, so that was interesting. All right, let's see. Swing it open 20. Ooh. Goal is to open 20. Let's see where I end up. Not sure how many I opened. Gotta be close though. No autos yet, no glitters. Puka Nakua. Pull a couple relics, no numbered cards. No big hollows yet. Looks like a rookie. Could be BTJ. Oh, Malik Washington, you troll. I don't know much about Malik Washington or Jalen Wright, the two rookies from Miami, but now he's a dumpster fire. As a Bills fan, I love it. They mismanaged their team so bad this with Tyreek and Tua and just everything. They're a disaster. They're running back. Everything they have is just, I feel like everything's not planned well. They got like pieces here, pieces there, but they're missing pieces in other spots, and their coach isn't the right fit. As a Bills fan, it's kind of a good situation because they got a long way to get their act together, and they blew their chance at their window that they had. They kind of had a nice little window of time where they could have done some damage, but they really screwed it up. It's our first Bo Nix card, I think. I'd love to see a duel with Caleb. A couple other good ones. There's a lot of good ones, actually. Neighbors. Cooper Kupp. He's on the Seahawks now. Roman Wilson. Nope. Okay. This box. Michael Pratt. Yeah, that box was terrible. There are some really bad boxes, so. What am I into? So I probably ripped 10, 6, 7, 3. I don't know, I think I'm like 18 in or so. I think so. Love to see another Uptown or something. Love to see something. Nice hollow would be nice too. Those have been really bad so far. Chain reaction and Mahomes. There's a lot of Mahomes collectors out there. That was a nice card last year, the chain reaction. That was a hollow, and they made it nice. We got a rookie. Worthy, all right, that's decent. Braswell, Burst. A lot of Max Melton. He's the troll for Marv. Getting ahead of all these stacks. Rookie. Colors look good. Could be a Bowers. Oh, it's Adrian Cooper again. Tricked me again. I pulled a short print of that and someone was all excited about it. I wasn't. Maybe he's good. I don't really know much about the game. I don't know. Don't know much about that guy. I don't think the Packers have any hope. Might offend some people here, but I think Jordan Love is garbage. A lot of hype. They have no chance against the Eagles and some of the top teams. I don't see it. Jordan Love's not the guy. He choked in the playoffs. And I think my son knows someone that wants to trade him. Right? Yeah, Jordan Love, nah. I don't feel bad for the Packers. They had such a good run with Favre and then Rodgers. Like, they can suffer a little bit like the Bills did for 20 years. But I feel like Love's one of those guys that, ooh, we got a commander. Let's see, I'll finish my sentence after I get disappointed. Yeah, there we go. He's one of those guys that keeps you in purgatory. Like, he's not bad enough to want to get another quarterback, but he's not good enough to take you to win a Super Bowl. So he's kind of like Ryan Fitzpatrick or one of those guys that kind of will get you to the playoffs, will win a lot of games, but he'll never take you to where you want to go, kind of like Trevor Lawrence. And he could string you along, and then he gets that big contract and takes all the money, so then you got to keep him, and then, you know, kind of like what Kirk Cousins has done. I love Kirk Cousins too, but it's just a business. It's just math. It's really what it comes down to, and the math ain't mathin' with Jordan Love, so I thought that was a huge Huge mistake signing that guy after one season, basically. He sat the bench, and then he got a big contract. So, it is what it is, but I don't really care too much about the NFC as a Bills fan, so I still think the Eagles are going to be the team to beat. All right, we missed again on our hollow relic. So if you get a relic, you're not going to get a downtown, that's for sure, from what I've seen. But you can get a numbered one. BTJ, nope, more than that. Ooh, so yeah. So we're 0 for 3 on Commanders now. 0 for 3. We're definitely due to hit a Jaden purple, hollow, relic, something. Definitely not going to hit a Jaden auto. Oops, there's one more pack. Oh my gosh, we have a commander. I've missed this pack. All right, I think we're going to have a Jaden or Ben Sinnott is my prediction. Jaden or Ben Sinnott. Ben Sinnott, okay. All right, no surprise. We're due for, next one will be Jaden for sure, I would think. We ran through the gamut, though, of all the commanders now. Of all I pull Luke McCaffrey, I would say, the most from that team. Got Marv. All right, we gotta start. We started off real hot, kinda. We're cooling off big time. No glitters, no autos, which is kind of shocking. Wow. We're pulling a ton of the Cowboys hollows. Eric All. See his cards come out a lot. Cherry and Arnold. All right, so these boxes are rough. One more hit and I'll press the pause button here. James Cook. He's causing trouble with the Bills. No surprise. All right. Will Levis. He ain't gonna have a job much longer. Come on, we need some luck now. We need some luck. I don't want to see an auto. I know I said I haven't seen one. I really don't want to see one. The checklist on the autos is real bad, and then chance of hitting someone good is so hard. It's mostly the trash autos. Another commander. Wow. But these are so fun to rip. I could rip these all day. Ooh, Caleb. There we go. That one looks pretty clean. I don't know about the centering. PSA is such a nightmare right now. The turnaround time's 4 to 6 months on slower submissions. So if you want to get your cards back quicker, you got to pay double. And then they're giving out less and less 10s because they changed their centering standards from 60-40 to 55-45. So it's like pay more, get a worse grade, yada, yada, yada. But the only way to get value out of the cards is to get a PSA 10. But getting a 10 is harder and more expensive. So it's like it's definitely a trickier decision than it used to be. At least for me. I got a rookie maybe. I was hoping for Ladd right there. But we're couldn't strike out worse on our hollow stack. I mean it's wild. I mean, look at this stack of hollows, guys. Just these are all the messes. So it just shows you how hard it is to hit on your hollows. So If you do hit on those, consider yourself lucky. Go Knicks. All right. Keenan Allen. Yeah, sleeve cards. I'm in trouble. All right. Come on. Where's my glitter? Where is my autos? Where are my numbered cards? That's weird. Keelan Coleman. That looks like Packers to me, for sure. Okay, I'm wrong again. Cooper's... That box had back-to-back. All right. Yeah, these come in boxes of 10. This is the last box or two in this set of 10. But, man, we're getting cold boxes. Really cold. The wrong quarterback for the... wrong quarterback for the Bears. Is that... I don't think that's purple. Nate Wiggins. The Starks, I forget, Malachi Starks or Storks or something, man. He just got drafted by the Ravens. He's already throwing shots at Josh Allen. He's an idiot. He's already testing them, and he's just a fool. To test the best QB in football is just insane. These guys are fools, though. They come out, they're all tough. I forget, I think it was Jalen Ramsey that said something about it. Allen, someone. He had 5 TDs on them. These guys are just... I don't know. I wouldn't mess with Allen. But they can't help themselves, some of these guys. Corners, receivers, biggest loudmouths in football as always. Nothing changes there. All right, this is the last box of this set of 10 that came shipped. So I don't think we got much out of these 10 at all. We got a rookie hollow. Is that anyone good? Fine, no. Getting cooked on that. Jaquan Jackson. Caleb Base. We'll take that. Chain reaction of Jefferson. We got an auto, hash marks. Another. All right, so we're going to flip it. Yeah. Hash marks autos are pretty trash. But we got one. Jerron Dexter was saying we didn't pull one of those yet. So the only thing we haven't pulled yet is a blue glitter. And these are rough. Like I said, the best one I've seen is like Cooper DeJean. After that, it's pretty rough. I don't know if you can pull Penix or McCarthy out of the blasters. I know they're on the checklist, I believe, but I don't know how easy that would be to do. So tough boxes out of that lot of 10. Real tough. So we're just gonna keep it pushing a little. I'm gonna stop. This video is already too long, but I'm gonna stop on a hit. So we'll keep it pushing. We're gonna have a hit here real soon. I can tell. Oh, I hope. Can't really tell anything with these things, but we're due for a hit. Let's just say that. My goal is to have my piles not tumble over during this video. It's like, all right, give me a numbered card. Give me a 101. Oh my gosh. The amount of commanders we've pulled. Jermaine Burton. All right. Quinyon Mitchell. It's pretty good. Micah. Dallas Turner and Will Reichert. So now who you want? Man, we're getting trolled on everything. All right, come on. Due for a blue glitter. That looks like a rookie hollow. Colors look amazing. Wow. I think there's 5 or 6 hollows and shocks with the commanders. Oh, another commander. Jazar Newton. All right, this is Jaden. I guarantee this is a Jaden shock. Ben Sinnott, like, oh my goodness. We are just being trolled so bad. Wow. Same box, Ben Sinnott, hollow and shock. Never had such a run with the commanders without hitting Jaden. Oh, there we go. We got a base. Take that. But that was wild. Definitely got to have some nice hollows and shock Jadens in these boxes I have from Dick's for sure, because getting all the troll cards out of the way early. All right, come on. Something. Oh, we got a hash mark. Give me a good one. Nope. Hey, Rob. Give me Dylan Johnson. Still haven't heard of him either. What is he? I really don't even care what he is. It's a terrible auto. All right, so I think the signature series are preferred, in my opinion, for me. There's some cool players on the checklist that I would PC or want on those. So, but once you hit your auto in that box, you're dead. As far as like a case hit, you're done. There's no more hope in your box. So you can just kiss it goodbye for a case hit. I see some of these wackos selling packs on Whatnot for like stupid amounts of money. But if you see an auto in the first pack and they're still selling the rest of the packs, you're not going to get a case hit no matter what they say. But there's a bunch of nut jobs that I saw someone pay $40 for one pack of Optic retail blaster. The stupidity in the hobby and the gambling and the just nuttiness is just, it's out of control. But they made it so easy just to swipe. You can bid. There goes your money. Put $40 for one pack. It's more than a blaster. Yeah, it wasn't a hobby pack either. It was a blaster pack. Cooper Jean base. All right, we are so due, guys. This is crazy. We're due for Jaden, hollow, purple, some sort of short print. Definitely due. Glitter, anything. Last year I hit a bunch of good glitters. This year I have not hit one yet. Hopefully that luck changes, but all right, this has to be Jaden. It just, there's no way. All right, yeah. That one looks a little, I think that one's off center. I don't know. Haven't really inspected my purple shocks this year too much. I wasn't planning on grading much. Didn't feel like going through the agony and pain of the PSA process, but might go through them. Might not, I'm not sure. But we'll take that. We're definitely due for that one. I feel like it resets the cycle of commanders, though. But we'll take it. I think we hit Caleb. I think we hit Caleb twice. Yeah, Caleb twice. We haven't hit Drake May or Bo Nix on the shock yet. And no QB hits on our hollows yet. Got a relic. Give me a numbered relic. Come on, one time. Marshawn Lloyd. Another running back I don't know too much about. Ooh, here we go. Come on, Jaden. Give me another one. Give me another one. All right. At least we're checking the box. At least we're checking the commander box to get some out of the way. Because that's how I look at it. All right, this will be the last. I can't even fit those up there. I'm going to have to start a new stack. We're going to keep going until I hit Uptown, case hit, something. Then I'll stop. Kind of surprised I have not pulled a short print glitter yet, but it's only generally one in every 20 boxes, so definitely past that due point, but with loose boxes, you could just miss it. I've never been on a worse cycle of hollows, though, ever. I think we pulled all the Broncos, too, without pulling a Bo Nix parallel. So let's say the next Broncos probably Bo Nix. Fisk. What? Oh, my house. Okay. All right, JJ, my house. Probably didn't have a ton of value. I just think it's kind of a cool card. You only get one insert per box. QB on your insert is always a win. Rookie QB is always a plus. So I'll take that any day. Any day. All right, is this the box? We're starting off with a hollow on every one. Commander Ben Sinnott. A lot of J.C. Latham. Do we sleeve up a Jalen Hurts hollow? Super Bowl champion. Theo Johnson again. God, gosh, these boxes. Captain in Charge. Dang, we passed the hour point of my video. I do apologize if you're still with me. I do apologize. But if you like longer rips, then this is for you. It's kind of getting cooked here for sure. Definitely stopping once I hit a Uptown, Downtown, Sunday King, Rookie King, any sort of case hit. A player emoji, this isn't a case hit. These are so hard to hit on. Rookie, wow, that's actually pretty decent. It's not bad. It actually looks like a PSA 10. It looks so clean, centered. First fire emoji hit I've had, so I'm pretty excited to actually hit on that card. Looks pretty clean, pretty centered. Joe Milton fire emoji. Definitely could be a lot worse. That's the best one I've hit, so pretty cool to actually get someone good on that card. Last pack. Insert of BTJ. All right, that was a cool hit. Not a case hit, it's a short print, but it looks clean. Looks centered too. All right, we got a. I already see who it is. It's a case hit. I've already pulled this card. Kind of already saw who it was. It's a Mike Evans Sunday Kings. So, not the best card, to be honest with you. Love Mike Evans, one of the greatest ever to do it, but it sucks when that's your case hit. I'm not gonna lie. So we'll stop, do a quick recap, and go over the hits, and we'll be done. We got 2 more packs. Try to go quick here. Last pack. Come on, give me a Jaden Daniels something. Light it up. All right. So I don't know how many boxes we ripped. We ripped quite a few. Over a case worth. Not a sealed case. But we had some really good hits. Definitely not the best results for the amount of boxes I ripped, but still pretty good. Few really good hits there. Put those there. I don't know how many boxes I ripped. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mems, 2 autos, hash marks, Dylan Johnson and Jerron Dexter Sr. Kind of crappy. And we have so many sleeve cards, so I'm not gonna go through those at depth. It bores me, bores you. I probably presume. 1 Jaden base. Nothing crazy. We did not hit too much on our hollows. And then the top loaded cards, I'll just go over those. Joe Milton fire emojis, pretty sick. Joe Milton hollow. And then we did hit a fire emoji, Mark Andrews. And then the shocks, we got JJ McCarthy, Penix, Caleb twice, and then a Jaden. So 5 QBs on that. We had a case hit of Mike Evans Sunday Kings, a Uptowns and Mahomes, which is sick, and then we did hit a Downtown of Travis Kelce. So not bad. Not the best results, not the worst results. So pretty happy with it. But anyway, stay tuned for more as I got a lot more of these boxes. And if you haven't subscribed, please hit that button.